Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, the government deals with the shortage of plastic license cards and the distribution of more than 1 million unclaimed license plates. A senator wants to penalize vehicle owners who fail to claim their replacement plates. And later we find out the reforms to be implemented by the new leadership of the Land Transportation Office. LTO Chief and Assistant Secretary Vigor Mendoza joins us in the program. The Land Transportation Office is hopeful it can address the backlogs on the supply of plastic license cards and the distribution of 1.79 million license plates that are left unclaimed. To fix the issue on license plates, Senator Francis Tolentino urged LTO to cancel the certificate of registration of vehicles if their owners fail to claim the replacement plates. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have LTO Chairperson, Assistant Secretary Vigor Mendoza. ASEC, thank you for your time. It's good to meet you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Pinky.
Thank you, sir. So first, let's talk about the plastic cards for the licenses. Okay. See, Secretary Bautista po last week received about 5,000 plastic cards. That was supposed to be the first batch of plastic cards to be received, sir. To date, how many have you received?
This week, again, we will be receiving another batch of plastic cards. All in all, we're looking at around 1 million plastic cards in the next 60 days, Pinky. So that will be sufficient to wipe out whatever backlog we have.
1 million in the next 2 months. That is expected from the winning bidder.
Yes.
Okay. Sir,
There
just
will be a weekly delivery.
every week there will be a delivery until it reaches 1 million. So that's about 500,000 per month, sir.
That's right. That's right. And then the total delivery will be around 5 million plastic cards for distribution. So we are confident that we will be able to address the backlog within the year.
Sir, may I clarify again? Are they going to, is it 5 million or 1 million, sir? I'm sorry, I might not have
1
heard.
million, 1 million within the next 60 days. But the total contract involves around 5 million cards, all in all.
I see. So after the 1 million, you're expecting another 4 million for the total of the contract,
right.
sir. Okay, just
That's
a question,
right.
sir. Who does the printing on this? Who undertakes this?
LTO does the printing on that.
All right, so they supply you the plastic card, the LTO does the printing. Sir, let's talk about the numbers. Sabi nyo nga, you're expecting 1 million in 60 days to address the backlog. What really is the backlog on the driver's licenses?
It's around 900,000 all in all, Pinky, nationwide. So as you can see, the backlog would be addressed by the initial deliveries of the cards.
Mm-hmm. And when do you expect to complete that backlog? If it's 900,000, sir, are you really hopeful that in 2 months that backlog will be completed or fulfilled?
Not 2 months, Pinky, because there's a printing timeline, and so we're looking at any time within the year, we will be able to address the backlog as far as driver's licenses, I should say.
So within, before the end or by the end of 2023, makukumpleto na po itong 900,000 na backlog?
Yes, Pinky, we'll be on current status already. We will be able to supply already the applicants who will be applying for license cards today.
Yeah, speaking of applicants, ASEC, if one was to apply now, sabihin po natin nag-expire na po yung lisensya ko ngayon, will I be accommodated 2 days, for example, and will I be able to get the plastic card already? Or kailangan pong mauna muna yung mga may backlog, sir?
Hindi naman thinking we will be allocating the cards, hindi na naman para sa backlog, but also for the current applicants, especially if they are OFWs. They will be needing those cards when they travel abroad. So they are our priority clients, so to speak. So, but the bulk of these deliveries initially will be for the backlog. But definitely we will be allocating some of the cards for the current applicants.
But only for the priority sector, such as the OFWs.
Yes, as well as there will be also a portion we're still determining the ratio that would be used, no? As far as, because there are some offices that they still have cards but not that many anymore. Pero yung iba zero na talaga eh. So we don't want to aggravate the backlog by providing some of the supplies to the current applicants. But we have of course to come up with the criteria which ones goes first.
Yun na nga po eh. So what is the criteria? First, priority sector, which is OFW, sir.
Definitely, right now we're looking at OFWs, but we still have to grasp on the number, the volume of these applicants, so that we can allocate it properly the different regions.
Yeah. Would it be very hard, sir, to find out? I know you were just appointed there, sir. I do understand that, but alam naman po natin yung expiration ng mga lisensya. Well, would be a certain year on your birthday. Ano po, sabi ko nari po ako, maybe next year po siya mag-expire. You would be able to complete the data, sir, and be able to find out ilan ang mga ngailangan ngayong buwan, sa susunod na buwan, ganun po.
Yes, thank you. Within this week, I just in fact met our executive. No? Within this week, we will have the numbers all together, where it will be distributed, how many will be distributed per area, per region, and per category.
Yeah, you need to distribute that, no, sir? Obviously, kasi iba-iba pong mga ngailangan sa iba't ibang lugar. Sabihin po natin, ASEC, that mag-apply po ngayong araw at walang plastic card. So what will they get? They'll still get the paper?
They will get the OR, which will serve as their driver's license temporarily. Dati na po ginagawa yan. It will be, sometimes it's good for 6 months. So, until such time, we will notify them when their cards are ready for pickup.
Okay, but you also launched this e-driver's license. How does this work?
We are encouraging it, though, that they will have to log in our LTO app, where they will enter their details, as well as there's a picture of their license in that app, which they can now show the traffic enforcer in case they're apprehended. Meron hong QR code ho yan, no? And we have the machine that will read this code so that we can validate whether indeed the driver has a valid driver's license.
And even if I have or we have the plastic card, sir, can I still download that and show that sakaling mahuli po kami ng police?
Yes, Pinky. That's what we're trying to encourage everyone. No? Please enroll in this app, so we will be coming up with an information campaign drive. No? We will start off with public utility drivers, so that we can have a database of all the public utility drivers. Then eventually cascade is down to private car drivers, trucks drivers, so that everybody can be captured in the app of the LTO.
But how do or can authorities check the authenticity of these e-licenses?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We have a machine that can read the QR code and validate the authenticity of the electronic driver's license.
I guess my question, ASEC, is if one were to be caught in an LGU, I'm not expecting yung pong huhuli doon sa LGU ay meron pong machine na sinasabi ninyo that can authenticate this e-license. How does that work?
Yes. Well, that's part of the cascading down, the plan to wider usage. It's really, we will have to coordinate with the various law enforcement units, LGUs, highway police, highway patrol, so that if there's a need for us to share the equipment with them, then we will do so. That's why in the initial stage, what we're looking at only initially is the public utility vehicle drivers. We are now talking with our counterparts at LTFRB for this matter, so that we can share the equipment, so that they can read the same thing we can read. You're right, that will be logistical concern once we apply, once the usage of the electronic driver's license is widely done. The next step there will be the issue of the enforcers being able to read
Right.
the QR code.
Kasi,
Electronic driver.
malaking tulong po yun because there are some people who sometimes forget their licenses at home or naiwan po sa ibang bag or sa wallet, nakalimutan yung wallet. And for the most part, yung telepono po, hindi nakakalimutan. Meron pa rin, pero halos palaging dala-dala. No? And if this can be shown using the phone,
Yes.
that would be a big help. Kaya lang nga, I would assume there's still no machine sa mga LGUs to be able to authenticate this. So, siguro when do you expect the rollout of this e-licenses to be up and running completely, sir?
Well, we're doing that slowly right now, but as you can see, that's not our priority activity right now, but slowly we're doing it. We're starting off with public utility vehicle drivers, but as we address first the backlog of the licenses, because part of the effectivity of the electronic driver's license is that we're able to also address the backlog.
Right.
Inuuna po namin yung backlog bago yung electronic driver's license.
At hindi lang yon, pagkatapos po ng backlog doon sa lisensya, meron pa po yung issue ng mga license plates. We'll talk about that after the break. We'll be right back. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our source today, LTO Chief Assistant Secretary Vigor Mendoza. Asek, before I go to the plates, very quickly lang, I wanted to ask about the winning bidder doon sa plastic cards for the licenses. Ang nanalo ho dito is 42 pesos po yung kanilang bid, which is actually higher than the bid of 34 pesos. Ang nanalo po dito ay, sino nga ho ba? All cards yung 34 pesos, sir, no? And the winning bidder was Banner Plastic there. I saw it, Banner Plastic po.
That's good.
So quickly, why did the more expensive bidder win as compared to the cheaper all cards at 34 pesos?
But maybe I have to admit I was not part of the bidding process of that score. No? The OTR handled it.
Yeah.
But from my reading, the information I gathered, there were some technical issues on the part of all cards which disqualified them from the bidding. But this is now a matter before the I think there's some complaints or considerations done. No? So this would have to be resolved by the department on the matter.
Okay.
But I'm not kasi thinking on the details of the bidding, so I cannot answer you.
That's okay. I understand, sir. Gaya nga po ng sabi natin, kakaupo nyo pa lang po dyan sa position. Just one last question on this. Is it true, sir, that there is an investigation? Would you know on the previous suppliers, sir, due to some security features on the driver's license? Is there any truth to this, sir?
Not that I know of right now, PT.
All right. Okay. Let's talk about license plates. Ito po, 1.8 million license plates stuck in regional offices. I talked to Secretary Bautista about this, sir, no? Ganun pa rin ho ba kadami yung unclaimed na license plates? Almost 1.8.
Opo, we'll be issuing a memo this week, Pinky, addressed to our regional directors in order for them to deliver these license plates to their end users within the next 60 days. In fact, I'll be flying to Cebu tomorrow to oversee on how this will be done. The information campaign that will be needed in order to inform the end users, the vehicle owners, that their license plates are already available. Now, after this period that we will give everyone in order to bring out these license plates, then you will strictly now apply, and you will strictly enforce the new license plates. So that they would not get their plates. No? Meron namang we're now reviewing what kind of penalty, including those that have been suggested by Senator Tolentino.
Opo. So, ang sinasabi niyo po, ASEC, ngayon, ang LTO, bibigyan po tayong lahat ng 60 days to claim these unclaimed license plates. If you don't get it after 60 days, you could be penalized. Ganun ho ba? May mga parusa, may penalties.
Opo, we were looking at that kind of timeline. I'm just consulting with our regional directors if that would be sufficient time. But tingin ko naman kaya yun within 60 days. No?
Opo.
Because there are some areas that have more plates than others. So if there will be some areas that will not be able to comply, very specific na lang po yan. And then the central office can focus on those areas which have bigger volumes to deliver to the end users.
And what we're
But that's the time right now. Within 60 days from August, September, by the end of September, kailangan sana lahat ng mga unclaimed, ma-claim na huligan.
Opo. So are you open, sabi nga nyo, pag-uusapan pa lang to, but initially you're probably looking at a 60-day period. Would you support yung sinasabi po ni Senator Tolentino na i-cancel yung kanilang car registration kapag hindi pa nila i-claim after 60 days? Is this one of the possible penalties you're looking at?
Yes, we are definitely looking at that. One of the options as a penalty for those who continue to refuse to claim their license plates.
Yeah. So again, to those watching us, no, this is just an initial plan, but it could start this August, itong 60 days hanggang September. So October, baka dyan na po magkaroon ng penalty. As I wanted to clarify, is this supposed to be picked up or is this supposed to be delivered? Ano ho ba?
Pick up po sana kasi para mas mabilis. Kasi pag deliver, we will have a longer logistical chain to monitor. So mas maganda sana pick up. Anyway, we will be telling them where they can pick up their license plates.
And are we just talking about, what we're showing are the white, no? Tawag ko ba dito white? Kasi mula green, we transition to white plates. Siguro, Asek, bakit ho kaya ayaw i-claim nung mga tao yung kanilang mga license plates? What would be the primary reason, sir?
I was told because nabenta na raw yung sasakyan, so the person who bought the vehicle is no longer interested in claiming the plates. Also, before the policy is, they have to surrender the green plates
Opo.
before we issue new plates. No? Now, they can hold on to their new plates. Siguro, to their old plates. Siguro, una rin sa penalty, no? Una rin sa carrot and stick, no? We really have to discipline. And really enforce it very well, no? So that our people will comply in order to get their new license plates.
Parang ano lang po.
Wala siguro on their part. There's no urgency for them to claim their license plates.
But it's a little unimaginable, Asek, kasi yung mga plates hindi pa date back 2015. So this is like 8 years ago.
Opo. Yeah, we also addressing the shortcomings of the agency, no, to be able to inform the people concerned. No? Marami kasi dito rin, Pinky, are stuck with the dealers themselves, no? Where the vehicles were acquired. So we will be talking to the dealers in order for them to also do their part, so bringing this down to their customers.
Exactly,
and
sir.
We will impose a corresponding penalty to them if they do not return to their customers.
Dapat ho, yun po yung susunod kong tanong eh. Problema ho ba? That's why I was interested to ask you this. Yung mga car dealers ho ba? Problema nyo ho ba yan na hindi nila pinipick up yung mga car plates, sir?
Kasi kami nasisisi pala ang plaka nasa kanila eh. Hindi lang nila sinasabihan yung mga customers nila na yung plaka na sa kanila.
But that's very irresponsible, sir.
Exactly. That's why we will also start imposing penalties to them, no, if they do not do their part as far as bringing this down to their customers.
And are these all car plates, sir? Wala pong mga motor? Ganun ho ba itong almost 1.8?
Cars, pero meron rin motor yan. Meron rin pong motor yan.
I see. All right. Now, because you said you want an information campaign, let's give it a little bit of information dissemination right here. I tried, sir, yung inyong website. Well, let's put it up on air. Ito pong website ng LTO is where you can check yung inyong driver's license. Ayan po, lalagay nyo sa please enter your plate number and then you click on that. Ang lumabas po sa akin ay I forgot, sir, pero check again in 30 to 60 days. Well, because I have my plate, sir, no? So, but I just wanted to see how it works. So, sir, ito po ang kailangan puntahan ng mga nais malaman kung available na po yung kanilang plaka.
That's one medium of information, that source of information will be at. No? Pero hindi pa ho perfect kasi yung aming uploading of the plates. So while that's happening, we are also, I will instruct our regions to use other platforms, no? So that mag-disseminate po natin sa publiko as soon as possible kung anong plates ang pwede nang kunin.
How so? How do you plan to do this?
Well, the various modes, Facebook, other social media platforms, the newspaper, or even sending letters, no, to the vehicle owners as per our last known address.
Yun, tama. Okay, sir, I just need to take another short break. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our source, the LTO Chief Assistant Secretary Vigor Mendoza. Just during the break, the ASEC already was telling us that they're still fixing this website para dun sa mga plaka. So let's stand by. Let's get more information later on. Sir, as a last question, quickly, sir, reforms and priorities as new LTO Chief?
Yeah, we're doing now a review of our organization. Ang laki-laki ng LTO, but we want it to make it more efficient. We're doing our time and motion studies of the processes. I have activated a group of mystery applicants who are going around the different district offices in order to determine the exact timeline of their processes, the procedures, and then we will compare it to the reports given to us to make sure that what is given to us is really accurate. And of course, we have to address all these backlogs and problems on the driving school, on the rollout of the one-stop shop facilities. We find that to be a very convenient way in order for the public to transact business with the LTO. As well as next week, we will be sitting down with the committee that handles the motor vehicle inspection.
I wanted to talk about that, sir, but I don't have time because the president also wants to increase this. And even Congressman Salceda, maybe another time, sir, because I know that NCR posted, I don't know, it's so many billions of pesos in 2022, but wala. Sir, let's do a part 2. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, LTO Chief ASEC Vigor Mendoza. Thank you, sir. And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.